Well, I went outside. We had a strong wind yesterday, and I found this piece of wood laying on the ground from the tree in our yard here. And this little limb here, they both have nicely broken ends on them. If you've ever walked up in the mountains, trees fall uh, in winds and they break apart and slide down the mountain. And that's what I've got here. I'm going to go ahead and get my paint out and paint these to match the clay. And we'll see how I feel about it when I get going deeper into this piece. All right, be right back. I've attached these pieces of wood with a couple of screws and to the base. It should hold them really well. I just knew that I needed something more than just a mountainside. I needed something to make it look like it was really out in nature. And I've used pieces of wood before in bronzes. They all come out looking like something I sculpted, even though I didn't. Some might say I'm cheating. Maybe I am, I don't know. I look at it this way. Art is made up with a whole bunch of different kind of materials. And if I find a piece of wood that works in my sculpture, what the heck? I utilize it. You can do the same thing and not feel guilty about it. As long as it doesn't speak too loudly, visually. I'm getting a slow start today. I had to do some repairs in my studio. Got down here, my light was out, burned out. I had to replace that. I had to go looking for a light bulb, 100 watt, to keep my clay soft. And got that taken care of, and then I saw all these limbs laying out in the yard, the driveway of this apartment, and thought this might be a good time to go looking for a piece of wood. I think you can see how this log and this piece of wood here kind of frame him in. It gives him something he can drop down behind in an instant if he had to. I just think it creates more of the story. The one nice thing about sculpture is if you're doing a storytelling in clay or bronze, you're creating something that somebody can develop their own story as they look at it. I don't have to explain everything that's going on, but somebody with a good imagination can look at this and come up with a whole different story. And that's the real neat thing about artwork. It creates stories for people to create in their own minds. That's the beauty of artwork. All right, I'm going to get busy here. I got to work on that leg. I see one problem I've got. I think the bottom part of the guy's leg looks a little short. So I got enough wire going into the wood that I can actually lengthen it by just unscrewing that screw, but I got a problem. It's right there where that log is. I can move the log over a little. There we go. I came across this arm band that you can wear. It's Velcro attached, and it's got magnets in it, so you can, if you want to have your tools handy, you can just wear them on your wrist or on your arm, which is really kind of cool. I've had this for a long time. I just could not find it. I unboxed it, and it just disappeared. And I was just cleaning up my desk here because I had to find something, and there it was. All right, now let's get busy on this. Make sure both are the same. That's good. All right. Sometimes it's best to exaggerate the lower leg. A lot of times people's lower legs are shorter than their upper leg, and they look a little funny, but even if you do it proportionally, it's 2 heads for the length of the femur and 2 heads for the length of this area here. If you're going to be sculpting humans, you got to memorize all the proportions. Okay, I had this actually angled in just a little bit further. There we go. Yeah, I like that piece of wood there. And I'll fill in the areas that are vacant with rocks and earth and stuff. I think it's going to work out just fine. And it just adds something. You don't want to do too much on the base to draw the attention to the base and away from the subject. And I think what I've done is going to work out good. The base is important. It ties everything together. All right, I'm talking too much and doing little things that are busy work, but nothing substantial on my sculpture. I'm just having a hard time getting started today for some reason. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that down right to the base. Because mountainsides are not even. I'm just putting the foot down here. There are proportions for the foot too, is to make it proportional to the human that you're sculpting. They have a proportional measurement that you must know. I'm just getting the basic shape of this foot. Now I've got to have the shape under the clothing accurate as far as the muscle structure of the leg, so I am getting a little more detailed in that part, just like I would in the arm. And it's really nice to have this mannequin over here and this little figure here that I can go by. They really help me see the relationship of the muscles with everything else. And it really makes a difference in your anatomy of a human, male or female. I think I'm going to take my armband off. It's a little cumbersome right now. This would be good for when you're working on your car, I would think. Anyway, now I can get my arm in here. Now I've got the clay soft enough now that I can actually do something with it. When I got down here, the light was burned out, and I needed this clay to be soft today. The nice thing about this mannequin is you can take the arm off and you can see the structure of the arm under the arm. A lot of times in drawings and anatomy books, you don't really get a good view of what the under muscles look like. And when I remove the arm, I can see how the muscles are constructed in the leg around the hip. I got the point of the femur right there. That's going to play a major part in the shaping of the muscle, because there's a side muscle right here that comes down the whole side of your leg, that's connected to that point of the femur. I don't know what the technical name or medical name of that part of the femur is. My uncle, who gave me pointers on how to sculpt back when I first started back in the 70s, he really knew every muscle, knew every tendon, but he went to college for it, and he studied under an artist by the name of Avard Fairbanks, who was an incredible sculptor. And so when he did his anatomy, it was spot on. I didn't have that education, but I managed to teach myself rudimentary anatomy. I probably should have learned the names of all the muscles and the tendons, but I didn't. Well, as you can see, I tilted the base so I can work on this part of the leg, because it's at such an angle I can't see it. And so I had to put it in a position where I can see it. Well, that's going to be all the time I have today. I spent a lot of time today doing busy work, but it had to be done. I'll pick this up Monday and work on the other leg. This figure is going to go together pretty quick. I know it's taken me, what is it say, Wednesday? No, today's, Echo, what day is the week is this?
Today is Thursday, November 6th, 2025. Also, hello there. You're talking with the new me. Would you like help getting started with your new Alexa Plus features?
No.
All right, no problem.
It's a new voice on my Alexa. Anyway, it's Thursday, so I won't be able to work on this till next week. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day. All right, everybody. It's taken me 4 days to get this far, but not bad. Not bad at all. It's good to get away from it for a weekend because when I come back, I'll see things that need to be improved. All right, good night, everybody, and I'll see you next week. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really would help me. Also, check out the link below this video. It will take you to a review of my 9 instructional videos that could be very helpful to you if you're thinking of sculpting. Good night, everybody.